People are paying millions to leave Earth. But are they really going to space or just buying a fancy view? The truth behind space tourism is far messier than glossy ads suggest. Think you're signing up for astronaut glory? You might just be strapping into a glorified roller coaster. From altitude tricks to misleading titles, the reality will surprise you. Welcome to Spin of Facts, where we pull back the cosmic curtain and reveal the real story behind space travel for the rich. Stay with us as we decode the billion-dollar business of orbital dreams. You don't need to be an astronaut to go to space. The idea that you need to be in peak physical condition or pass grueling astronaut tests is outdated when it comes to space tourism. Companies like Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic are making suborbital trips more accessible than ever. Instead of years of training, tourists undergo brief orientations covering safety protocols, seatbelt operations, and how to handle moments of weightlessness. There's no rocket science to master. Your wealth gets you the seat, not your resume. These passengers aren't classified as astronauts. They're officially labeled spaceflight participants. It's not about conducting research or operating equipment. It's about enjoying the thrill. The space experience is curated and controlled, tailored more like a luxury adventure than a mission to explore the unknown. Not all space flights actually reach space. Just because someone claims they've been to space doesn't mean they crossed the internationally agreed-upon boundary. The Kármán line, recognized at 100 kilometers above sea level, marks the official start of space. However, some flights, like those from Virgin Galactic, top out at just 80 kilometers. That altitude gives you a glimpse of Earth's curvature and some weightlessness, but technically, it falls short of space. Blue Origin, on the other hand, passes the Kármán line, offering a more legitimate ticket to space bragging rights. This distinction may seem small, but it matters, both legally and scientifically. Whether or not you've really been to space often depends on the company you fly with, making this an important detail lost in most headlines. Weightlessness doesn't last as long as you think. Floating like an astronaut is the highlight of space tourism, but it's shockingly brief. On suborbital flights, microgravity only lasts about 3 to 5 minutes. During this time, tourists can unbuckle, float, snap photos, and soak in the surreal sensation. But it's over almost as soon as it begins. Unlike the International Space Station, where astronauts spend months adapting to weightlessness, here it's more of a quick thrill. And because it's due to free fall, not escaping gravity, your body experiences sudden changes that can cause nausea or confusion. Re-entry happens fast, and your weight slams back on you just as you're getting used to floating. It's exciting, yes, but think more like a ride than a long, graceful space ballet. It's more about the view than the science. Despite what movies may suggest, you won't be doing any meaningful science on these flights. Space tourism is built around emotional impact, not technical contribution. Cabins have oversized windows for a panoramic view, giving passengers the chance to experience what's known as the overview effect, a deep psychological shift from seeing Earth from above. But that's the core of the experience. You won't be fixing satellites or launching experiments. Some flights may carry symbolic scientific items or student payloads, but those are side notes. For passengers, it's all about photos, emotions, and that moment of awe. So if you're imagining yourself as part of the next big space mission, think again. This is more luxury cruise than NASA mission. The price tag is still astronomical. Space tourism is still far from affordable. As of 2023, Virgin Galactic charged around $450,000 per seat, while Blue Origin hasn't revealed its exact pricing, though insiders estimate over $1 million. SpaceX's orbital trips, like the Inspiration 4 mission, can cost tens of millions per passenger, reportedly around $55 million each. That's more than a lifetime of luxury vacations combined. Some individuals have scored seats through sponsorships or contests, but most passengers are ultra-wealthy elites or celebrities. For everyday people, these flights remain financial fantasy. Until reusable technology drives down costs, the cosmos will stay an expensive playground. The barrier isn't training, it's your bank account. At present, space remains exclusive, expensive, and out of reach for nearly everyone. Medical risks are still a real concern. Though short, space tourist flights aren't risk-free. The rapid changes in acceleration, pressure, and gravity can seriously impact the body. Passengers might experience motion sickness, cardiovascular stress, or even disorientation from microgravity. For individuals with heart conditions, blood pressure issues, or neurological disorders, the experience could be dangerous. Pre-flight screenings are required, but the health checks are far less intensive than those astronauts endure. And if something goes wrong mid-flight, emergency medical response options are extremely limited. There's no paramedic floating nearby. These risks, though often downplayed in promotional materials, are very real. As the industry grows, safety protocols will likely improve, but for now, it's not all smooth sailing. Even a few minutes in space can be physically demanding. Private companies are leading the charge, not governments. Unlike the Cold War space race led by nations, today's space tourism is all about private enterprise. Elon Musk's SpaceX, Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin, and Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic are the biggest names shaping this new frontier. Governments like NASA might collaborate, but they aren't funding or managing these tourist missions. This shift changes everything, from priorities to regulations. The focus now is profit, branding, and customer experience. While public missions emphasize science, discovery, and diplomacy, private ones prioritize marketability. This also means quicker innovation, but greater unpredictability. Private funding enables bold dreams, but it also places safety, transparency, and ethical considerations in the hands of corporations. We're no longer watching history, we're watching business, with rockets and billionaires as the main characters. You're not joining the International Space Station just yet. Let's set the record straight. Visiting the ISS isn't part of the regular space tourist package. That experience requires immense wealth, months of training, and approval from space agencies. Only a handful of civilians like Yusaku Mizawa and Larry Connor have made it to the ISS through private deals with Roscosmos or SpaceX. The training involves emergency procedures, physical conditioning, and even Russian language lessons. It's intense and not for the casual thrill seeker. Most commercial flights today are suborbital, lasting just minutes. They go up, let you float briefly, and come back down. If you think your space ticket gets you a bunk on the ISS, think again. That level of travel is still highly elite, expensive, and incredibly rare. Eco-concerns are mounting around space tourism. Behind every launch is a cloud of emissions, and environmentalists are paying attention. Rockets burn huge amounts of fuel and release pollutants directly into the upper atmosphere, where they linger far longer than emissions from cars or planes. Suborbital flights may seem brief, but their ecological impact isn't. Critics argue that space joyrides for the wealthy are indulgent in the face of climate change. While some companies are exploring sustainable fuels or carbon offsets, the reality is that space tourism is far from green. There's a growing call for regulation. For now, space tourism may be a dream come true for some, but for the planet, it's another emissions nightmare in disguise. The future of space tourism is still unwritten. We're only at the beginning of the commercial space age, and what comes next is still uncertain. Current trips are mostly short, suborbital, and reserved for the super rich. But plans are in motion, from space hotels and lunar flybys to Mars tourism. Companies are pouring billions into development, yet major challenges remain. Affordability, sustainability, regulation, and public trust will shape the future of this industry. Will it become the next big travel trend, or stay a niche luxury for elites? No one can say for sure. One thing's clear, space tourism isn't just a wild idea anymore. It's a growing business. As technology evolves, the line between science fiction and reality is blurring, and the final frontier may be closer than we think. Space tourism might sound like science fiction, but it's already shaping our reality and rewriting the rules of who gets to touch the stars. But behind every flashy headline is a deeper truth, one that's often more grounded than the hype would suggest. At Spin of Facts, we're committed to peeling back the layers and giving you the full picture. Got thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments. I read every single one. Share this with a friend who needs to see this. Subscribe now so you don't miss what's coming next. Trust me, it's worth it.